Welcome back to Indigo Moon. I hope that you are having a lovely day. Today, let us focus on our conscience. Some people might feel as though we don't all have a conscience. And some people, I believe that we all do, but I believe that some people don't tap into it at times, okay? Let's say you step on another person's foot. If you do something wrong, you usually want to apologize when you have a conscience. Let's say a good conscience, some people might even say. Or let's say you bump into a person. I know New York is a very crowded place. Sometimes when you're crossing the street, you might bump into someone, elbow them, step on their foot because you're trying so hard to get across the street. Now, in a place like Chinatown, where it's so busy and you have a person of another culture, they don't see where they might not see that there's a problem uh, with bumping into you because they realize that it's crowded. But you might say, okay, that's rude. They should have at least said, excuse me. When you have people from different cultural backgrounds, they might not have the same issues or the same. Their issues are not the same as maybe yours are because you grew up learning this process. Maybe they didn't grow up the same way because they came from another country. And again, it's assumed that the street is crowded, that they're going to have to bump into you because it is so crowded. So maybe they might not respond in the same way. When you're dealing with different cultures, it's a little different from yours. So maybe you're accustomed to different ways of doing things, whereas the opposite person is not. But I believe that we all do have a conscience. I noticed that when you go to different Asian countries, they believe that having a good conscience is telling the truth. When you lie to another person, they believe that that is out of bad character. Now, a place, if you grow up in a bigger city where, maybe, or even your upbringing, maybe when you were brought up, you were taught better. But maybe you say, oh, it's just a white lie, so I can lie about this. But it's still not looked at as a good thing in another culture. You see, that's part of the reason why it's important for us to interact and network with people of different cultures so that we can understand them as well as their culture better. It's important that we look at these things because we are affecting other people when we walk outside of our door. We are interacting with different people when we go on vacation into other countries. It's important that we realize that it's not just us who is existing on this planet. There are other people. So if we're going to interact with other people, it's important that we consider other people's feelings. Okay? So thank you so much for joining us. This has been my word, Indigo Moon.